dkdynamite, and this is how to build all 3 Ray Gun Mark II variants in the Shattered Veil. Definitely stay tuned. But as a reminder, earlier today I did post a guide on how to get a free Ray Gun Mark II if for some reason you can't pull it out of the box. I get it, Wonderbar is a bit rigged and constantly gives people the Mark I. Keep in mind you do need a base Ray Gun Mark II before upgrading to any of the 3 variants that we're going to be focusing on here today. But as a reminder, as any new Easter eggs do get discovered, expect plenty of videos here on the channel, and of course additional article updates on detonated.com. So starting off with the Ray Gun Mark II Rot Blight, what you want to do is grab a Casimir device, which you can collect for free in the underground tunnels that a soldier was holding, or you can of course craft one at a buy station. Once you have a Casimir, you want to throw it into this window so you can collect an empty canister that is right below the double tap machine. Once you have that empty canister, what you want to now focus on is collecting 4 different plant seeds. Now you get a plant seed by shooting one of those pods that you also saw over on the tomb. You can call them a spore if you'd like, and so long as you go ahead and shoot them with your base Ray Gun Mark II, they'll eventually make a distinct sound and give you a plant seed. Again, just shoot that pod or spore, and once you've done that, a plant seed will pop out. Collect all 4, and now what you want to do is head to the conservatory where you'll find a canister slot where you can input that empty one that you grabbed under double tap. Once that is placed, you now want to place each of the individual seeds that you grabbed into the very special conservatory planters. They'll be glowing a little bit, just so you know. You want to place the seed in there and do about, I want to say, a 30-second lockdown. Make sure you defend that seed with your life, throw equipment, spam your weapons, whatever it is you have to do. And once you've defended each seed long enough, you'll get a sound cue where you can move on to the next one. All of the conservatory planters are located pretty close to one another, so you don't really have to leave this area to get these lockdowns done. But things could get pretty tight in here, so make sure, again, if you're on co-op, you guys are watching all the different doorways. But once you've allowed all 4 seeds to grow, you can then pick up the empty canister, which has now become the toxic canister. You now want to bring it to the very specific toxic workbench that's located near the spawn area, where you can now craft the Ray Gun Mark II-R. Now this variant is pretty cool and kind of reminds me of the acid gat from Mob of the Dead and Blood of the Dead. You can do some pretty cool damage with this single shot variant, but a lot of the acid that falls to the ground will actually protect you a little bit, as zombies can often instantly die when walking up to you. But next up we have the Ray Gun Mark II Wraith Fire. My personal favorite. Yes, it is based on the Wraith Fire equipment from Black Ops 4. So what you want to do is shoot specific blue rocks that you can see through walls with depth perception while using your base Ray Gun Mark II. There's only a couple that you'll find in the map, and they don't respawn. They'll be in the same spots in every match, to my understanding. What you want to do is just shoot those blue rocks, and every time you break one, there's a chance that that one you broke may drop the empty canister that you need. Other times you may get some salvage or a tomahawk, maybe even a zombie. You're looking for an empty canister from this one. So once you find the empty canister with one of those blue rocks that you shot, you want to bring it to this specific device in Shem's Henge, and an abomination is going to spawn, 2 to be exact. And your goal is not to kill the 2 abominations, but have them beam the 3 smaller rocks that you can see right in front of us until they start glowing. You also want to make sure that those abominations charge at that glowing rock so that it could begin to float. So you want to repeat this process for 3 rocks that are located right here in this vicinity, which could be tough when dealing with zombies. So if you guys can, have somebody take the zombies away, hold one, or just make sure that everybody is kind of near a rock when an abomination starts to beam at it, and then of course they have to charge at it as well so that the rock can float. So once all 3 rocks are floating, it's going to begin a lockdown sequence, and your goal is to just protect that orb in the middle and kill all the vermin that spawn on top of any other zombies that could be in your way. Luckily it gets rid of the abominations for you when this lockdown begins, so it's pretty simple. But once you've defended this area long enough, the explosive canister will spawn, which you can take to the workbench right over here in the supply depot underground, where you can craft my favorite Ray Gun Mark II variant inside of the map. It is by far the most powerful one and takes down enemies pretty quickly, even on some of the higher rounds. Yes, it is fully auto, by the way. Funny enough, we also had a blue Ray Gun Mark II variant over in Blackout, which we never really saw in zombies other than that dual wield purple one from Alpha Omega. But aside from that, moving on to the 3rd and final variant, which could be the trickiest to unlock, which is also necessary for the Easter egg. So this is the Ray Gun Mark II Preservation. You're going to want to find another empty canister, which in this case was a little bit of a difficult one to spot, but what you want to do is head to the underground tunnel where you'll see a leaky gas pipe just out of bounds. You want to use tomahawks to hit every valve except for B. So it's not that hard to hit. You can either craft for tomahawks at a crafting bench or find the free tomahawks that are laying all around this map. But once you've hit all of the valves apart from B, go back into the room where SAM is, where you'll see a containment chamber featuring an enemy and it's labeled A. You want to break the chamber by throwing a Casimir at it like we did earlier under double tap, and it'll then give you the empty canister. Your next goal is to find an essence bomb, which could be located in any of the white crates located around the map, which are typically in the same spots in every match that you play. But once you have the essence bomb, it will be in your inventory, and you want to take this downstairs to where the rubble is, where you can actually reveal a secret room. This is going to be the Serpent's Mound point of interest, which again, people out there might not have known is an area that you can explore. It's a pretty big space, to be honest, and once you're in this large room, your goal is to place 2 different refractors so that you can beam a light onto some doppelgas statues. The first refractor you're going to find is going to be in a fountain near the conservatory. It's kind of by quick revive, and the other is located in the southwest balcony. Go into this fountain, and I think it sticks out like a sore thumb. Grab the refractor, again, you only need 2, and then head back to the Serpent's Mound where you can actually place them. Your goal, as you can see on screen pretty carefully, is to use those refractors to guide the light to the 3 different doppelgas statues. But the easy part is that you can only do 1 at a time anyway, so if you don't have many zombies in here, this could be a walk in the park. As you can see, I placed the first reflector right here closest to the wall by, and I melee the reflector 3 times to beam the light over onto the doppelgas statue. All you have to do is then melee the crystal, and it'll spawn a doppelgas. Just kill it, and the statue will collect that soul. Repeat the process by, again, meleeing those refractors so that you can move the beams of light until it hits another statue. Now for this next one, I'm going to go up the stairs, place the reflector, then go back to the first one that I placed, and you want to go ahead and melee that just once. And once you've done that, just go back upstairs and hit that second reflector you placed once, and that should beam the light onto the second doppelgas statue. And lastly, you just want to hit that first reflector you placed once, and it should allow you to beam the light onto the final doppelgas statue where you can finish this quest. And once you've gone ahead and killed all 3 doppelgas, it'll give you the canister that you need, which you can take to Edward's bedroom so you can craft the ray gun Mark IIP. This one reminds me of one of the variants we saw back in Alpha, Omega, and Blackout, but that is about it. This has been dkdynamite. Leave our thoughts down below in the comment section. Which of the 3 variants is your personal favorite here in the Shattered Veil? If you guys have any issues or questions about these upgrades, drop a comment down below. I'll be sure to reply as quick as I can. Also expect plenty of other updates and maybe even better strategies to getting these done in the detonated articles that I'll also have linked in this video's description. With that being said, really hope you've enjoyed, and stay tuned for my main quest guide coming out later today.